India's journey from a developing nation to a global economic superpower is one of the most fascinating stories of the 21st century. What makes this journey even more remarkable is the pace at which it's happening. Experts predict that by 2030, India will surpass economies like Germany and Japan to become the third largest economy in the world. But how is this massive transformation unfolding? What are the key factors driving India's meteoric rise? In this video, we'll uncover the top 5 reasons why India is poised to dominate the global economic landscape by 2030. From a young and dynamic workforce to cutting-edge technological advancements, and from massive infrastructure development to bold economic reforms, each of these factors contributes to India's unstoppable growth. And here's a little teaser. Stay until the end of this video for a bonus insight. It's a game-changing factor that could further accelerate India's rise and solidify its position on the world stage. Let's dive in. The first reason behind India's ascent to global economic dominance is its demographic dividend. This term refers to the economic benefits a country experiences when it has a large and growing working-age population compared to its dependents, such as children and the elderly. Let's compare this to other major economies. In Japan, the median age is 48 years. In China, thanks to decades of the one-child policy, the workforce is shrinking, and the median age is now 38. But in India, the median age is just 28 years. That's a significant advantage. By 2030, India's working-age population is expected to surpass 1 billion, making it the largest in the world. This provides a steady pipeline of talent for industries ranging from technology and manufacturing to healthcare and renewable energy. But it's not just about having a large workforce. It's about how this workforce is driving innovation and productivity. A young and ambitious population fuels entrepreneurship and creativity, leading to economic dynamism. Take India's startup ecosystem, for instance. Did you know that India is now the third largest startup hub in the world, right after the US and China? The country is home to over 100 unicorns, startups valued at over $1 billion. Companies like Byju's, OYO, and Zomato are making waves not just domestically but globally. India's youthful energy is also transforming traditional sectors. For example, in the manufacturing industry, young workers are embracing new technologies like robotics and AI to improve efficiency and output. In the tech sector, India's talent pool is driving global IT solutions for companies across the world. And let's not forget about the consumer market. A young population means increased consumption. From smartphones and gadgets to fashion and entertainment, this growing middle class is driving demand for products and services at an unprecedented scale. According to the United Nations, India's demographic dividend could add a staggering 2% growth to its GDP annually for the next 2 decades. That's a game changer for the economy. But leveraging this demographic advantage comes with its own set of challenges. India needs to ensure its young population is educated, skilled, and employed. Initiatives like Skill India and Digital India aim to bridge this gap by providing vocational training and promoting digital literacy. If India succeeds in channeling the potential of its young workforce, it won't just grow, it will thrive. This demographic dividend is the foundation of India's rise as a global economic superpower. Let's move on to the second reason behind India's rise, its booming technology and innovation sector. India's technology and innovation sector is a driving force behind its journey to becoming a global economic superpower. Major cities like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Chennai have transformed into thriving tech hubs, hosting some of the world's biggest IT companies and innovative startups. In fact, India now boasts the third largest startup ecosystem globally, home to unicorns like Flipkart, Byju's, and Zomato. These companies are not just dominating the domestic market, but are also making waves internationally. This growth is no accident. Government initiatives like Digital India, Make in India, and Startup India have created a fertile ground for innovation. From promoting digital literacy to easing business regulations, These campaigns are fueling a tech revolution. And the impact is global. Companies like Infosys, TCS, and Wipro are transforming markets worldwide, offering cutting-edge solutions in AI, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. With bustling tech parks, AI research labs, and a young dynamic workforce, India's tech sector is not just booming, it's shaping the future of global innovation. From dynamic tech events to groundbreaking innovations, India is at the forefront of the technological revolution. Next, let's talk about the third reason. The third reason behind India's potential superpower status is its infrastructure development and rapid urbanization. Over the last decade, India has been on an infrastructure building spree, and the results are nothing short of transformative. One of the most ambitious projects is the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. Spanning over 1,500 kilometers, this project connects India's political capital, Delhi, to its financial capital, Mumbai. It's not just a corridor, it's a massive industrial ecosystem, complete with smart cities, high-speed rail, and modern logistics hubs. Once fully operational, it's expected to contribute significantly to India's GDP by boosting trade and attracting foreign investments. Another iconic project is the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train. Set to be India's first high-speed rail, this project aims to cut travel time between the two cities from 7 hours to just 2 hours. This isn't just about speed, it's about connecting two major economic hubs, fostering business growth, and creating thousands of jobs in the process. Let's not forget about smart cities. Under the Smart Cities mission, the Indian government is modernizing urban centers with better public transport, efficient waste management systems, and sustainable energy solutions. For example, cities like Pune and Jaipur are already benefiting from these initiatives, with improved infrastructure and enhanced quality of life for residents. But infrastructure isn't just about flashy projects. It's also about practical developments like expressways and freight corridors. Take the Delhi-Meerut Expressway, for instance. This highway has reduced travel time from over 3 hours to just 45 minutes, boosting economic activity in the region. Similarly, the dedicated freight corridor is revolutionizing the way goods are transported across the country, reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Now, let's talk numbers. In the most recent budget, the Indian government allocated over 10 lakh crore rupees to infrastructure development, a whopping 33% increase from the previous year. This level of investment is creating millions of jobs, from construction workers to engineers, and laying the groundwork for sustained economic growth. Urbanization is another key driver. By 2030, it's estimated that nearly 40% of India's population will live in cities, up from just 31% in 2011. This rapid urbanization creates immense demand for housing, retail and services, driving economic activity and boosting real estate markets. Take Gurugram, for instance. Once a small village, it's now a booming city, home to multinational corporations and high-tech industries. It's a shining example of how infrastructure can transform an economy. With cutting-edge infrastructure and rapid urbanization, India is laying the groundwork for a robust, future-ready economy. High-speed trains, smart city models, and vibrant urban centers, symbolizing India's growth. The fourth and one of the most compelling reasons India is on track to becoming a global economic superpower in 2030 is its manufacturing and export growth, which has undergone a remarkable transformation over the past decade. But what makes this growth so significant? Let's dive deeper. First, there's the Make in India initiative, launched in 2014. At its core, this initiative was designed to turn India into a global manufacturing hub by encouraging both domestic and foreign companies to invest and produce within the country. Why is this crucial? Manufacturing is the foundation of any major economy. It drives job creation, boosts exports, and strengthens industrial capacity. Consider this. India is now the second largest mobile phone manufacturer globally, with giants like Apple and Samsung ramping up production in the country. This isn't just about assembling products, it's about building a supply chain ecosystem that attracts component manufacturers and ancillary industries. The ripple effect is massive: more jobs, increased exports, and higher GDP contribution. Now let's look at the automotive sector. India is producing cars not just for its domestic market but for the world. Companies like Tata Motors and Hyundai India are exporting vehicles to markets in Africa, Europe, and Latin America. But here's where it gets exciting. India is also positioning itself as a leader in electric vehicle manufacturing. With the global shift towards sustainability, India's EV exports are projected to skyrocket, giving it a critical edge in the future of mobility. The pharmaceutical industry is another powerhouse. India has long been known as the pharmacy of the world, supplying affordable generic medicines to over 200 countries. What's fascinating is how India's pharma exports have grown even during crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. By producing billions of vaccine doses and essential medicines, India has not only solidified its reputation, but also strengthened its economic ties with countries around the globe. But manufacturing alone isn't enough. Exports are the real game changer. India's merchandise exports reached an all-time high of $770 billion in 2023. By 2030, this number is expected to surpass $1 trillion, driven by sectors like electronics, automobiles, and chemicals. This growth isn't happening in isolation. It's supported by strategic global trade partnerships. For example, India's trade agreements with Australia, Japan, and the UAE are helping it access new markets while reducing trade barriers. To put this into perspective, India is positioning itself as an alternative to China, which has long dominated global manufacturing. With its competitive labor costs, favorable business environment, and vast pool of skilled workers, India is capturing the attention of companies looking to diversify their supply chains. Ultimately, this manufacturing and export growth isn't just about economic numbers. It's about building the foundation for long-term global influence. By integrating into global supply chains, driving innovation, and fostering trade partnerships, India is carving out a critical role on the world stage. Now, let's shift our focus to another cornerstone of India's economic rise, its financial sector and economic reforms. Why does this matter? Because a robust financial system fuels investments, enables efficient resource allocation, and supports long-term economic stability. India's banking and digital payment revolution has been nothing short of transformative. At the heart of this transformation is UPI, Unified Payments Interface. Unlike traditional payment methods, UPI allows instant, seamless transactions between individuals and businesses. Think about this. In 2023, UPI processed a staggering 10 billion transactions per month, making India a global leader in digital payments. Why is this significant? Because digital payments drive financial inclusion, bringing millions of previously unbanked people into the formal economy. Platforms like Paytm, PhonePe, and Google Pay are not just making transactions easier, they're creating an ecosystem where small businesses can thrive, further boosting economic growth. But that's not all. The government's focus on economic reforms has been equally impactful. Take GST, Goods and Services Tax, as an example. Before GST, India had a complex web of state and central taxes, which often hindered business operations. With GST, the tax structure was simplified, making it easier for businesses to operate and expand across the country. Another game changer has been the corporate tax cuts. By reducing tax rates, the government has made India an attractive destination for both domestic and international investors. In fact, India received over $80 billion in FDI in 2023, a clear indicator of growing global confidence in its economy. What's even more impressive is India's resilience during global crises. During the COVID-19 pandemic, while many economies contracted sharply, India implemented swift policy measures, such as targeted stimulus packages and loan moratoriums, to cushion the impact. This proactive approach helped the country recover faster and stronger, showcasing its economic resilience. Let's not forget India's remarkable improvement in the Ease of Doing Business Index. In just a few years, India climbed from 130th place to 63rd, thanks to streamlined regulations, faster approval processes, and reduced bureaucratic hurdles. This progress has encouraged entrepreneurship and drawn more foreign companies to set up shop in India. Visualize this: a booming financial sector that's not only driving domestic growth, but also attracting global attention. From digital payment platforms revolutionizing transactions to bold economic reforms reshaping the business landscape, India's financial ecosystem is a critical driver of its superpower ambitions. By 2030, with continued focus on reforms, increased investments, and a rapidly expanding middle class, India's financial sector will play a pivotal role in cementing its place as a global economic leader. Before we wrap up, let's dive into a crucial bonus insight that ties India's economic future to its strategic influence on the global stage. As India progresses towards becoming a global economic superpower, it's also gaining substantial diplomatic and geopolitical clout. This isn't just about economic power, it's about positioning itself as a leader in global decision-making. India's leadership in forums like the G20, BRICS, and Quad is helping the country not only build stronger economic relationships, but also to play a key role in shaping global policies. India is increasingly seen as a bridge between the global south and developed nations, offering solutions and fostering partnerships on critical global issues. India is also building strong energy and defense partnerships with countries like the United States, Japan, and the UAE. These collaborations are not just about trade, they're about strengthening India's position as a key global player in geopolitics. As India invests in energy security and defense infrastructure, these partnerships will only grow stronger, further solidifying India's economic and political power. So, there you have it. Here are the top 5 reasons why India would be a global economic superpower by 2030. India's demographic dividend, booming technology and innovation sector, infrastructure growth and urbanization, manufacturing and export growth, and strong financial sector and economic reforms. India's journey to becoming a global superpower is fueled by its resilience, innovation, and ambition. We are witnessing history in the making, and it's exciting to think about what the future holds. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think will accelerate India's growth even further? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends if you found it interesting. And if you want more insights into India's growth story and global dominance, turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.